Alright guys, as summer is halfway through and halfway been, the stage of a lot of beginners are starting to join the gym because they want to look good for next summer and they want to put on some muscle mass. As well as this, a lot of people are stopping their cut, and a lot of beginners, as I said, are joining the gym and they want to put on some size. So let's go ahead with bulking. Bulking is when you put on size, and this is basically going to be a video which explains the principles of bulking for beginners, so basically bulking 101. Right, let's start. For those who don't know, a bulk's when you're eating a caloric surplus. A caloric surplus means you eat more than what you burn in a day. So let's say I burn 2,500 calories in a day. What I want to be doing is eating a surplus so I go above 2,500 calories. It's as simple as that. I recommend to eat in a 500 caloric surplus, but if you want to keep your fat gain minimal, eat in a 250 caloric surplus. Basically, every 500 calories you go over your surplus is 1 pound of body weight gain a week, okay? So let's say, like I said, you burn 2,500 calories. If I eat 3,000 calories, I'm gaining 1 pound of weight per week. It's as simple as that. Now let's move on to your protein intake. When it comes to bulking, you want to keep the protein fairly simple, okay? You want to be eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So let's say I weigh 150 pounds, I want to be consuming 150 grams of protein. It's as simple as that. As far as your carbohydrates and fats go, you want to keep to a higher carb diet, simply because a lot of studies show that higher carb diet is better for your overall health. And as teenagers and people beginning to do bodybuilding and fitness, you want to stay healthy, you want to stay functional, so this is what I recommend. As far as higher carbs and fats go, I recommend personally keeping your fats to between 70 and 80 grams, and your carbs basically go as high as it wants to get to your caloric needs, okay? So, now let's move on to good sources of proteins, carbs and fats. For those who don't know, your protein, carbs and fats are your 3 macronutrients, okay? So, your good sources of protein will mainly come from meat, okay? So, chicken, pork, beef and fish. As far as your fish goes, you want to keep to basically tuna and salmon. The reason as to why is because tuna is really high in protein and low in fats, and it's the opposite with salmon basically, okay? It's really high in fats, but it's also high in protein. The benefits with this is because the fats that are contained within salmon are high fatty omega-3s, so they're fatty essential acids, which is a requirement for your body to function. Now let's move on to your carbohydrates. When it comes to carbs, you want to keep to basically your type of bro foods, okay? So you got your sweet potato, potatoes, rice, pasta and oats. Now let's move over to the fats. When it comes to your fats, you want to keep it basically along these 5 main sources, okay? You want to stick towards peanut butter, avocados, olive oil, as I said, your fats from fish, so salmon, and as well as that you could top it off with something like milk. Now let's move on to mass gainers. Mass gainers is something that's came up recently in the fitness industry and supplementation industry, which is seen to be the new best thing. And there's a huge problem with this and big misconception. I don't recommend mass gainers for anybody unless you're extremely anorexic and suffer from an eating disorder, because then it's going to be a very easy way to get your calories in through a liquid substance. Mass gainers are loaded with a lot of calories, but they're loaded with sugars to get them calories. The problem with getting all your calories from sugars is because sugar turns to fat. As well as this, the protein intake within your mass gainers are full of really rubbish amino acids, okay? Amino acids are basically the foundations of proteins, okay? Once these amino acids are put together, you get your proteins. And the problem with this, like I said, is they put really rubbish amino acids within these mass gainers to say, oh, it's 30 grams of protein, when in actual reality, there's only about 10 grams of protein in there. As far as supplementation goes, I recommend a basic whey protein, okay? So when it comes to whey protein, you can get them from your local GNC, you can get them online from MyProtein, Holland and Barrett, and there's just so many places online and in your local town shopping centre to get your whey proteins from anyway. As far as other supplementation goes, I recommend a multivitamin and a fish oil, okay? The reason that's why I recommend a fish oil, such as the cod liver oil, is for your joints and healthcare. A multivitamin, obviously, because you won't necessarily be focused on your fruit and vegetables. As much as I stress the importance of getting your fruit and vegetables in a day, a lot of people don't do this. So a multivitamin is just a great alternative. And the reason as to why I said a whey protein as well is because whey protein is a good alternative and a great way to get your protein intake up. because when you're a beginner starting off, chances are you won't hit all that protein, you won't get all your protein intake in. So by supplementing a whey protein into your diet will allow you to get this up and allow to hit that necessary protein intake needs. That's near enough bulking 101 summed up, okay? You want to be in a caloric surplus, you want to keep to 1 gram of protein per pound body weight, you want to eat higher carbs and fats, and I've already named all your sources of proteins, carbs and fats, okay? So basically your best sources of these macros. As I said, I've got your supplementation in there, and also don't have mass gainers unless you're severely anorexic and got an eating disorder. And as I said, the reason as to why I'd only recommend this to someone with an eating disorder is because obviously they're not going to be able to eat a lot of foods because they've got an eating disorder. So supplementing that for a liquid type substance would just allow them to get that calories in. That's Bulking 101 summed up. I hope it helped you. Next will be coming up a video of Cutting 101, so how to go ahead with losing weight. I hope this video helped. If it did help you, then be sure to say in the comment section below, and also give me your opinions on your bulks and how you've gone ahead with a bulk, okay? Also, make sure to like the video if it did help you, subscribe and help the channel grow, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.